Welcome back to Rustaholic. I'm Patrick, and we're still working on my 1969 Pontiac Catalina, and this is part 2 of trying to get this thing into sealer. And as you can see, I've resolved the issue with the back window, so I'm pretty excited about that. Still a little taping to do here, but the piece of wood that I have in there is going to work, so excited about that. We have been delayed several times this week because of weather. First it was too cold. Then the temperatures came up, but then the humidity, it started raining and the humidity skyrocketed. So now is the day. This is the best day within 7 days in any direction that we've got. So we're just gonna go for it. I still got a lot of things to do. And unfortunately, it's one of those things where, I don't know, I was so busy trying to get the car prepped that I forgot about all the other stuff. So we have to go check supplies. I need to make sure I have enough cups and liners, etc. I need to make sure my gun still works. I gotta clean that. That's been sitting on a shelf for like 4 years. And of course, all of my air dryers and everything else, I'm sure are completely expired, but there's just not a lot I can do about that at this point. So we're just gonna try to move forward and get this thing in sealer. That's the plan. First step I'm going to do is go ahead and finish taping this off a little bit, and then we'll jump over and make sure that I have enough supplies and my gun still works, because if either one of those things is not happening, we're going to have to make a run. And luckily, this is a weekday, so we'll be able to get something that's open, because in Gainesville on the weekends, there's nowhere you can get this stuff. So, all right, that's the plan. Let's get to it. Quick note, remember to recheck all your paint edges or your tape edges, because in doing so today I realized that blue tape was failing. Maybe it was just the humidity that it's been sitting here for like 4 or 5 days, but it was falling off, so had to completely almost retape everything. So the blue tape worked okay connecting to glass, but it doesn't seem to want to connect to itself very much. So anyway, going with the green. This should be better. All right, this is my starting point. This is not good. I'm gonna have to spend some time and just clear all of this out. And this is the shelf of mystery right here. It's got stuff on there that's not even paint related. And there's so much dust on there, you can't, it's just, this isn't good. Not good. Take better care of your stuff. All right, gonna jump into it. I think I have this figured out. Once I went through all the stuff, I did end up having more than one system here, but this is the system I currently have. And I have cups, I got lids, which is good, but I only have 14. So as long as we can do each coat with three and a half of these will probably be okay, but otherwise I may have to get some more of those before end of day. We'll see after we spray the epoxy how many of these it takes to do a coat, so we'll see. I'm using the Shopline GP 375 for the epoxy, and this is the gray, and in hindsight I should have got the black, because then it would have been easier for me to see that I've gone too far once we start blocking the 2K, which will be next. Also, it looks like I had two guns. This is actually my nice gun, even though it looks disgusting, but it's not set up. And this is like more of a newer Harbor Freight gun. And so I had to remember, I think this doesn't work. I think I had an issue with this gun because the last thing I sprayed was sealer on the Fury. And so I'm having a vague recollection that this gun gave me problems and I had to run down to Harbor Freight and get this other gun. So I'm not even going to try to set this up because I think this is not working great. This one does have a 1.4 tip, which is within spec. I think they're looking for a 1.3 to 1.6, so we're good there. Otherwise, this sprayed sealer really well on the Fury, so I have no doubts that it'll work. It looks like I put it away clean. Good for me. Probably the only thing I cleaned before putting it away, but I'm going to clean it again anyway, and then try to do some test patterns. I usually use like some water or something and just make sure I can, the gun can hold the pressure. I'm having a recollection that that's what was happening, is that other gun wouldn't stop. Like when you let go of the trigger, it would just keep going and it wouldn't stop. So make sure this thing can hold pressure, make sure I can get a good fan, and then I think this is going to work. I put out the stuff that I think I'm going to use as far as like cleaning it, and yeah, everything else is just mixing. This stuff does take a 15-minute induction period, which just means after you mix it you have to let it sit for at least 15 minutes. I'm probably going to go ahead, and it has an 8-hour shelf life as well. So I may mix up 4 of them and just let them sit while I wipe down the car. So we'll see. That's probably what we're going to do. But we're moving along today. I wanted to spray by 10 o'clock and it's 9:33. So that's not happening. But we know that. We know that, so we're not going to stress out about it. It's just going to go a little bit later. And if need to, we can do a second coat tomorrow, or we can do 2K tomorrow. So, all right, enough yapping. I'm going to get this thing cleaned up, put back together, and let's see if we can fire up that compressor, see if it holds air, see if we can get a fan that's worth a dang. And I think we'll be almost ready to go. All right, fingers crossed. All right, gun is set up, got some water in it. And keep in mind, I'm not a professional painter in any way, so do your homework, don't listen to me whatsoever. So first test is working. There isn't paint or water dripping out of my gun, so that's a positive. The next thing I'm going to do is that compressor is completely powered up and it's not hissing or leaking either, so that's another positive. The next thing is this gun says at 29 PSI, but the epoxy wants 45 to 50. So what do you do about that? I don't know. I used this before, so I'm going to plug this in and see where this regulator is set to. And hopefully it'll tell me, because last time I used it, it was successful. So let's try that. Uh-oh. So at the gun here, it's set at 39. So this seems maybe like a compromise. I don't know. Let's see. All right, and then let's test this thing. Now it should be about that far. Let's go over here. Seems okay. I didn't mess with this fan at all, so. I know you probably can't see much on there, but I didn't touch the fan, and I'm getting a nice shape right here. So I think I'm gonna leave it as that. This guy I'm gonna lock in for now. Yep, I think that's it. It's working. And when I press and hold, it's maintaining at, so it's 40 now, but as soon as I press the trigger, it goes to 30. So that means that I am going with the gun recommendation of 29. So, all right, we'll do that. I think, and I don't know if this is true, but I feel like epoxy is kind of forgiving, but don't take my word for it. Do your research. All right, I think this is good. I think this passed all the tests that I wanted. I think now we'll start wiping down the car. Sweet. I changed my mind a little bit. We're going to go ahead and we're going to fill 4 cups. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, epoxy to hardener. It does call, you can do up to 10% of thinner as well, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to stick to straight 2-to-1. So yeah, let's get to it. Well, this is it. I'm suited up. And there's nothing else to do except spray the stuff. So. first coat of epoxy is applied, which is really exciting, especially because it only took 3 cups to do the whole car. Compressor timeout. There, pause button enabled. Anywho, so we were able to do the car with 3 cups, which means I have 1 more cup still in the booth ready to go. I only had to prep 2 more, and I've done that as well as clean the gun and everything else. But I figured out it takes about 30 minutes to spray the whole car. It takes 20 minutes to clean afterward, and so it's about an hour per coat. So considering I'm not going to finish epoxy until 2 p.m., which is when I was supposed to be starting the high build primer. So obviously that's not going to happen. So I don't know if we're going to get to primer today. We may have to push that till tomorrow, but we'll just see how it goes. But I'm really excited about the first coat. There was a few little things of junk on it, but not too bad. I'll go pick those off. We'll take a look, and then we'll just hit it again. So let me get that second coat done, and then we'll come back and take a look at it with epoxy. All right. Second coat applied. I'm pretty excited about it. One thing paint does, though, is it tells you where you've missed. But all the systems are working, the fans are working, compressor's working, the gun's working. This is working. So pretty excited about that. All right, we got 2 more coats of high build 2K. So I'm gonna try to get that done, and then I'll be back with you. All right. I just switched everything over to the shop line. JP202 is what I'm using, and that's just a 2K high build primer. We're gonna just use the regular hardener today. The temperature is like almost perfect. It's like 70 degrees. We have about 70% humidity, which is a little bit high, but still it's workable. Pretty good for December. Anyways, so we're gonna go to this. Now this is a little bit different. There's no induction for this at all, so it's really quick. But it also has a very short pot life. So it says here it is 1 hour at 70 degrees for 1 to 1, and 30 minutes at 70 degrees at 4:1 to half, which if you put in half of the reducer, it makes it a little bit thicker, which I may do for the second coat. But for the first coat, we'll just stick to the instructions there. That gives us 1 hour of pot life, so I should be able to still make up my 4 cups, and that should get us through the car, unless this doesn't lay out as well as the epoxy, which I think it does. I just don't remember because I haven't sprayed it in a long time. So I'm gonna get this ready, and then we'll spray that 2K. But everything is working. It's working. And the time is 4:17. So my original estimate was ending at 4. So I almost nailed it. Somehow we caught back up. I think it was because the JP202 does not need any induction time. But it's done. 2 coats of epoxy, 2 coats of high build primer. I just got done cleaning the stuff. It's probably been 15-20 minutes. Let's go check it out and see what it looks like. Oh snap, it's gray. It's gray. So excited to have this sealed. Still lots of work to do, but now I feel better. We can work with this. Thing is pretty good. Yeah, there's a little bit of garbage here and there, but we never thought this was going to be perfect. but it's definitely meant good enough. So we'll let this cure up overnight, and tomorrow we'll pull this tape off and we'll get it outside. This is gonna be a good day. I'll see you then. Good morning, welcome back. I think this is day 4, day 5, I forget. But hey, check it out, it's all one color. It's awesome. I can't believe we finally made it to this step. And I'm really excited to, let's get all this paper off and get it outside, let it bake in the sun. Should be nice today, so we'll just let it sit out there all day. One thing I wanted to share, I was talking to my lady last night and I was saying how awesome it is that it's finally all one color. And she goes, well, it was all one color 10 years ago. I was, you're right. We've done 8 or 9 months of work to get us right back where we started when I abandoned this car. So, yay for us. I don't know. But hey, just don't let them sit and then you don't have to redo your work. One thing though, the advantage of this time is I used professional grade materials. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I took it all the way down to bare metal. Even though there is a lot of Bondo and mud on this car, that's not gonna lie. But I wanted to at least have a good foundation. And that stuff will last anyway, as long as it's protected. And it's totally sealed at this point. So I'm pretty confident we can move forward. And anybody who ends up with this car will have many, many years of enjoyment out of it. So let's get all this tape off and let's get it in the sun. Let's do it. Everything else off, but I'm having a hard time with this guy. I remember I had to use a screwdriver to pop it in and it won't budge, which makes sense. I mean, it's wedged all the way up in there. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I think I got it in there and then I closed the gate. So that means I gotta climb inside and try to pop the gate this way, I think, to at least have a chance to get this open. So let's give it a shot. Here I go. There we go. Ha-ha! I think we're actually going to keep this. We may need this again. So, template secured. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. All right, we did it. We got it into one color, so that's a huge milestone for us. But still a lot more work to do on the old Catalina, so please stay tuned for the next episodes. But we are gonna take a little break from the Catalina. I know, we're not gonna stash it in the woods and forget about it for another 10 years. But I do have some work I want to do on the Fury, and I've got some issues with the Corvair as well. So if you want to check that out, that's coming up in next episodes. And then it's right back to the Catalina, I promise, because really would like to sell this in March. So we'll see if we can do that. But right now it's running, it's driving, and it's all one color. So what else do you need? Front bumper, windows that work, a tailgate that works. I mean, there's some more stuff for sure, but we'll get to that. Really appreciate everyone's support. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.